Hello, guys.
Yeah, so we said that now. So let's get this show going here. We are going to talk about just a few items today because we think there's some hot button stuff, Jorge.
Yeah, and then specifically, I think this first round we're going to talk about Teofimo Lopez, and hey, congratulations on the rework contract with Top Rank, man.
Oh yeah, so just a couple things with Teofimo. So everything that's going on with him, he has a new contract with Top Rank. We know that he was talking a lot. He's having some beef, business, whatever the case. He was making it public on social media. And the one thing that he was not shy about, Jorge, is that he did not disrespect any other promotional outfit. He said the Zone, Al Hammond, Premier Boxing Champions. It didn't matter who it was. Like, yo, I'm here if y'all want to holler at me. He was really courting to be a free agent when he wasn't a free agent.
Yeah.
But it worked out for him. Like, we had a people that some fans are Teofimo fans that were mad at us. Like, but he was going public with his negotiations. Don't know how much money he got, but hey, if we're wrong and he got getting more money doing this way, hey, let the chips fall for him. It's not logical to do that, but if it worked, it worked. It's an outlier. More props to Teofimo.
Yeah, everybody has a different negotiating style. Sometimes you have to negotiate, negotiate in private. Sometimes you negotiate out in the public and stuff. It worked out for Teofimo, and again, congrats. Contract, the details so far, rework contract till 2023 with Top Rank. So there's some good fights that could happen under the Top Rank banner. So looking forward to see what those fights would come out to be after his fight with Kambosos that would have happened this weekend, but that got postponed.
Yeah, so much going on here. I'm going to get to that in 2 seconds here. I want to segue into that. So he got the new contract.
Sure.
He got the massive mandatory $6 million site fee. Of course, he gets about $3 million and change out of that, biggest payday. So financially, from a young fighter, he's winning right now.
Yep.
But we got to go to the gloom and doom right now. There's no fight this weekend.
Exactly.
No fight. I know I yelled that.
So
no fight again. Postponed for a second time. The first time it was postponed because he was going to fight on a Saturday, but Floyd came out of left field, said, I'm going to fight Logan Paul on a Sunday, and Triller and Teofimo's team basically said, no, we can't compete with that. And they were right, Jorge, because Floyd sold a million pay-per-view buys.
Exactly.
So there is, even though we talked in the last pod about how there was a certain demographic, probably not the true boxing public that didn't buy it, it was the casuals, but Logan Paul represents those casuals that probably would have bought the Teofimo because it's being promoted on Triller.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to be moved to this weekend, which would be the 19th.
Yep.
And then they said that Teofimo came down with COVID, or we don't know the exact details. COVID protocol.
Well, I think that's the new rewording because the original wording was COVID.
Yes.
And in which case,
but we don't know for sure he took the shot or not.
You're right. We don't know for sure whether he took the shot or not. But the consensus from folks like Bob Arum himself and others in the community are speculating that he didn't take the shot for what reason whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense when you've made basically got a $6 million contract basically with Triller for this fight, or you just didn't, or you actually just don't want to fight this weekend because it's a bad weekend. And the details for the reason why it's a bad weekend is there's several other fights that are happening this same weekend. You're the only fight where you got to pay for something. So I think the conspiracy theorist in me, and I believe in others, are in agreement. They're not making any money this weekend. I think the first tea leaf that dropped was the reduction in the price of the pay-per-view itself, right? What was it originally and what's it now?
The pay-per-view it's not $40, it's $59.95, so it wasn't the full amount. But I was shocked at the price because of how much it wasn't $49 like the Tyson and the Logan Paul like that. This was supposed to be a real boxing fight, and Evander Holyfield was supposed to be in the undercard. So I think it was $59.95. Don't quote me on that, but I know it wasn't $74, and I know it wasn't $49. I know it wasn't the lower price, somewhere in the middle. So that's, and to add on the conspiracy theory tip here, ticket prices that got slashed too. Like initially the ticket price that were first released, they were dropped down by 50% before the cancellation of the fight.
Stadium ticket prices, not the pay-per-view.
Stadiums. So make sure of that. Stadium ticket prices. So it's a busy weekend. You have DAZN has a card. You have Showtime with Jamal Charlo defending his middleweight title. And then you want to add that, and I can't remember if ESPN has a card too.
Top Rank's got a card with the Japanese fighter.
Yes, you add that, and then you're expecting Teofimo to fight a no-name mandatory. Now, of course, you're adding Evander Holyfield, but you're adding a no-name for him to be the headliner technically because he's on all the promos. And you're competing against all these cards where, like, if you're a true boxing fans like us, we're paying for our cable package. We pay for Showtime.
So we're already watching it for free at this point.
Yeah, we're paying. Yeah, it's already part of our package. We don't even think about it. That's come out of the bills every month.
Mm-hmm.
I've already paid a month for the zone already. So, I mean, for the year. So I already paid that. So that's already on the docket there. ESPN is part of your cable package. Why am I going to shell out $60 to watch it on delay? If I'm going to buy a pay-per-view, I'm watching that live first. I'm not going to record that. And he's fighting no name. We talk about ticket prices going down. You're competing against all these other factors. And then a couple of days before this happens, I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like when people checking this show out that we don't like Teofimo. Some just don't add right.
It doesn't smell like he's going to make enough money on the fight. The truth is, not going to make enough money on the fight to even have it this weekend. Therefore, and look, if he didn't take the COVID shot, took the COVID shot, I don't really care either way. But what it tells me, and Bob Arum's correct, if you're making $6 million, you would think you would take care of yourself to make sure that fight happened and that money was there. So you know what? I kind of agree with Bob Arum. To me, I feel like he took the shot. The money was never going to be needed this weekend for it to be financially there. So now you get the fight moving all the way to August 14th, if I'm correct.
Yeah, so they're going to move it to a week before where we talk about Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao the 21st. And normally, August is a dead month for boxing.
Usually it's a quiet month for boxing, and the Spence-Manny fight's the only reason why it makes August look good. Because typically, and this goes back to even like the Boxing After Dark days on HBO, you get maybe a good fight there, but they're never, sometimes they're in Vegas, but most of them they're in California.
You know why though, right, Jorge? August is still like the heart, but not the end of summer.
Yeah.
There is so many things to do in August, and then you got back to school stuff. So you literally have you literally have all these factors. Like, hey, this is a dead month, but from a human element standpoint, it's kind of hard to sell something when this is the month that people,
from a pay-per-view point of view, yeah, that's a tough sell. If you already have a package for HBO or Showtime, you can live with those fights being on Saturday.
Yeah,
August is 4 months, 4 weekends out of August and stuff. But typically, for me, it's a vacation month.
Yeah,
and I'm saving money for September, which is usually Mexican Independence Weekend, and
then the fight's a week or two after that.
Exactly,
because you got to look at, if you're a family man who's buying these pay-per-views, August, kids before they go to school, what are you gonna do? You take the kids out.
Yep, Labor Day weekend,
and then getting ready for all that, and then like school shopping or just family stuff before you get ready to do all stuff. The last month of summer before the kids got to go out. So normally, when you look at it from that standpoint, it's kind of hard to sell things in the heart of summertime, which is the reason why you see certain shows, the good shows, are not on in the summertime. They take a summer break and then they come on in the fall or wintertime when people are in the house, because in August people are outside the house. Yep. So he's now taking a date that it's a bad month, but you gotta get in where you fit in. The problem though is that this is the third time it's been
third time it's been moved, and it's the week before the Manny Spence fight.
You beat me to it. Yes.
I'm sorry to beat you to that, but in this case, now you have to figure out: am I going to spend money on 2 pay-per-views this month, or am I going to just spend money on one? And you know which one you're going to spend it on, which one's got the highest value, more bang for your buck, and it's got the most implications in the boxing world as a whole. You're not going to spend it on. Now if you have the money, good for you, right? Will I end up doing it? Yeah, I'm still debating. But for the most part, but if I had to pick one, it's going to be Spence Manny.
Exactly.
So Teofimo, I think, is in a bad spot again, and then being moved again in competition with the fight that's happening, the bigger fight the week after. I think Triller's not gonna be happy with the numbers at the end.
No, they're not. And like, there's so much I want to say, but I'm not going to say it because I know that I just want to do a wait and see for a few things here. But excuse me. But just to see, he's getting his check. We did a video. He gets his bag.
He got the bag.
And he got a new contract. he still haven't fought this year. I mean, I know it's COVID last year. It's like a stagnant year, and I understand everything's going on. It's just there's so much going on with him, and then Triller. I guess we could segue here.